So this is Catherine Riley, my roommate and best friend, and she has celiac disease, and today we're here to learn a little more about it. So Catherine, how'd you find out that you had celiac disease and when was it?
About 6 or 7 years ago, my sister actually fainted in her doctor's office, and they found out, and they found out she had celiac disease. And so my dad got tested, and it turns out he has the gene and also has celiac disease. And so I got tested, and they actually found out that I had the gene, but it wasn't activated. And so I wasn't living with celiac disease at that point yet, but I was having digestive issues, and so I went on a gluten-free diet about 5 years ago. And since then, they've been able to determine that I do have celiac disease.
Yeah. And what was the hardest part for transitioning from like a regular diet to a gluten-free diet? Did you find any challenges?
The most challenging part was eating with friends because they didn't really understand what it was because it was so new to them. But it was actually pretty simple because my whole family ate gluten-free. Mm-hmm. And there's so many products out there to help you kind of move from eating bread every day to not doing that. But yeah, so it wasn't too difficult.
How was your experience in the dorms with it and the food that they had there? Were they accommodating to?
No, that was actually very awful. They were more accommodating as the quarters went by, mm-hmm. because I met with the people who were in charge of it and kind of told them, they need to have more options. And so by my spring quarter of my freshman year, they had added a lot to make it a lot better.
Awesome. And Catherine actually went abroad for 6 months, and she went to Romania and then traveled over to Barcelona, Spain. And how was that being over there with celiacs? Did you encounter any problems or?
Well, when I originally left the U.S., I was terrified because I wasn't able to bring my blender with me. And I wasn't able to have my kitchen. So I brought with me a couple granola bars just in case. And it was actually okay at first because, it was okay until I met my friend. The first person I met in Romania, she actually was allergic to gluten too.
Oh, okay.
And so I actually had a buddy with me who understood, how important it was for us to get food that we could eat. So I kind of had a partner in crime for looking for food in Romania that was mm-hmm. gluten-free. And so that made Spain a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. Did you find that over in Europe that it was less common to have celiacs? Like, were chefs and waitresses aware of what it was? Or would you definitely say that's more of like an American thing right now?
People are definitely more aware of it on menus in the mm-hmm. United States, but it really depends on what country. Because especially if you're going to like a really small restaurant, they're not going to have any idea what you're talking about. But it's actually been a thing a lot longer in Europe, I believe. A lot more people know about it, and their gluten-free products are superior.
Wow.
So their bread was a lot better. They had more choices. But it really depends on the place, because I had some places who just said, no, we can't make modifications. So really the difference is here they're more likely to help you and make modifications, whereas in Europe it's like, no, this is what it is. We can't take off the thing underneath it that has gluten.
Yeah. Thank you so much for meeting with me today. It's been great talking to you and learning all about it.
Sure, great.